Porsche 911 guys, gentlemen, start your engines. We are looking at Heritage's offering for carpet set for 911, and just gonna little overview here with the camera, and then we'll look at things in detail. And it's the details, as I've mentioned many times in the videos, that really separate us from the pack. You will see a huge range of pricing for carpet sets for Porsches in general, probably more so than any other model we work with. And it's simply put, you get what you pay for with most things in life, and why should carpet set be any different? So there are cheap they're cheap carpet sets made of non-original materials, non-original techniques with very poor patterns, and they're okay for drivers, I suppose. But the cars now, as you guys know, are becoming more and more valuable, and if you're going to do it, it's worth doing right to retain the value of the car. First thing that has to be right is the original sliver knit. And we're looking here at a our carpet range from 1974 to 76. Of course, there's many different ranges of styles of carpet, but you can pretty well apply this. Obviously, we've got all the files, and you can apply what I'm saying here to most 911 carpet sets. And say we got all the files. That's I'll just finish the material. Let's just say that the sliver knit, we have all the original colors. We import it directly from Germany, and we cut everything on this CAD cutting machine. And you can see this operating in some other videos. In fact, the early 911, I believe we show it operating 69 to 73 red Hagen. You can watch that video. But this, of course, really does separate us from our competitors. It is precise. Once we've made the patterns and we've perfected them, which we have, we can reproduce it the same every time. We roll out the black sliver knit, press a button, it's cut out in about 32 seconds. Okay, don't try that at home, kids. So that means precision. It also means that it's consistent, and if we make changes, it's consistent across the board. The other thing is attention to detail. So we're making a carpet set that is the exact reproduction of the factory original. Simple as that, in every detail. And one important detail is this backing. This is called bubble felt. It's a natural jute product with a bitumen coating, actually a rubberized coating. You can see it here, close up. That's how it looks. Again, imported from Germany, exact copy of the original. Most carpet sets out there do not use this. Okay, so that's very important. And the reason it's important is because the factory used a combination of pieces within the car. Some of them are sewn but not bound, some are bound, some are backed, and they all serve a purpose, and they're all dealt with differently at Porsche when they put it together to do different things. So for instance, these are the big wheel arch covers at the back, and they're notoriously the most difficult part to get on. And they've got a little tuck sew here. Again, we've copied the original pattern, and a little bit of binding at the bottom. We've got these pieces here at the back and the cover there that are just completely cut and not sewn or bound. And then you guys will recognize most of these, the inner rockers and so on. So those are the basic pieces. And then we look at the more interesting pieces, for want of a better word, and look at some of the details. Here's the original style donut cardboard sewn onto the back as original. Now again, those pieces are cut with our machine, and let me just find that file. And we have a cardboard sheet. We pull it out and we press cut 100 of them at a time. There they are there. Okay. Again, try cutting that by hand precisely, and we just pull them off the shelf and sew them on. Okay, so that's the type of things. Likewise, same applies to this piece here, piece of cardboard here. Again, cut on this. All of that's cut with the CAD machine, and we have files for everything. Then we have sourced the original big silver rivets to copy the factory original look from Germany. So again, attention to detail. Then we have the pockets for the doors, leather at the front to wrap around the pillar. And then we have, again, from Europe, very hard to get. This is the bitumen board that has a resin in it 1.5 millimeters thick, exactly the same as the factory used. I've seen other competitors using much thicker board, and then it doesn't bend, and when it bends it creases and so on. So that's a perfect reproduction. You can see the stitch line on the top as original. We have the toe board carpet with the straps on the top sewn in, and then leather bound around the pedals as original with the raw edge as original. It's beautifully top stitched. You can see that. Now, as you can see, this carpet hasn't gone to the shipping department to be cleaned off yet, so of course all this fuzz gets cleared off. Now we have the prop shaft cover with the exact ribbed rubber, again imported from Germany, and bound as original. This piece of bubble felt we supply separately in this particular model because it's better applied separately, because the original was kind of molded. When you get to on this car, you'll see what I mean. That gets glued on, and then this piece gets glued onto that. Okay. Some pieces in the car, like the toe board, are not glued. The mats are not glued, and other things are glued. And very important, I strongly recommend you retain your original carpet set before you install. Don't chuck anything away. You can see the glue patterns on the back. You can see where it was glued, where it wasn't glued. It'll be very helpful if you have the originals. Don't throw them until you get our replacement in. Okay, now we're looking now at the passenger mat. You can see that the bubble felt stops there for a reason. Again, this is a CAD file. There's the carpet set. You can see it all laid out there. And then we have the bubble felt set, which is that, and that's the back end. It's cut over size, and then glued on the back exactly as they did it at Porsche factory. Again, front mat. Another detail very often missed, or almost always missed by competitors and the cheap carpet sets, is the curve that's sewn into this. Okay, you can't take a flat mat and bend it without getting wrinkles. So this is how the factory did it. It's how we do it. It's got the curve in it exactly as original. Got the rib. This is fully backed. So is the rear mats. And I think that does it. Again, you get what you pay for. If you're going to bother to do a carpet set in the car, why devalue a car with a crappy reproduction carpet set that maybe fits, maybe doesn't. It's worth paying the extra money, in our opinion, and our customers, to start, especially if you're going to be working your way through restoring the whole car. Start with the background of all the upholstery is the carpet set. When it goes in, it's clean. It's a great feeling of starting fresh, and then you can build on top of that the rest of your interior. So there you go. Pretty good overview and pretty good coverage there of the carpet set from 911. Samples available on request, and we look forward to hearing from you guys. Cheers.